Seems like life must be so wonderful for you since you get to eat all of that delicious-looking food every day. Ugh, why did my son have to end up with such a useless wife? Well, I've had enough. Go ahead and continue doing whatever you want around him.
Hold on 1 minute, Beverly. What are you going on about right now? Did something happen to set you off?
Don't try and play dumb with me. I've known about this all along. About the real person that you are.
The real person that I am? I'd really like to know what's going on here.
I've been quiet about this for a long time now. I just wanted to let my son stay happy and not cause any problems for him. But now I've had enough, and I will not forgive you for the way you've acted. I know that as long as you're with him, I'll never be able to see the son that I once knew.
Huh? Are you talking about that? But I had assumed you already knew. Knew that we both couldn't have any kids.
And that's because you're defective.
Excuse me?
You're infertile, making it that you can't have any babies. And since you can't do anything properly, go ahead and just take my son away from me. I've had enough of you. I feel bad having to let him go with you, but I have no other choice.
What did you hear from Connor that's made you start acting this way? From what I remember, the one that's infertile happens to be your son. Did he not tell you that he was the one that can't make any babies?
Stop talking about things that could never be true, okay? I made sure that he was raised to never have any defects like you. He was able to eat good and healthy foods and exercised all the time. So you really think you can just push the issue of being infertile onto him?
It's not that simple though, Beverly. I've gone and had myself examined as well to see if there was anything wrong with me, and the doctor told me that I'm perfectly fine. So that only leaves Connor as the one that could have something up with himself.
Stop lying to me. Never blame my son for the problems you have, especially when he's the one who has always been there to care for you.
I'm sorry, but I don't think this conversation is getting anywhere. What do you even mean by Connor being the one that's always there for me?
You rely on him for everything, right? Everything. He makes you all that delicious food, and he's there to always get the chores done. He's even given you both a wonderful place to live. And the cherry on top is him allowing you to marry him even though you're defective.
There's just one thing I have to say. The one that's making all the food here and cleaning the place is me. And if anything, I've never seen your son even try to help around the house. What made you think that he was the one that ran this house like you've come to believe?
What was that? Cassandra, what makes you think it's a good thing to lie to your mother-in-law?
Seriously? What about anything I just said is a lie?
I told you what. I've known about this the whole time. You may have been trying your best to hide it all from me, but I know everything. You don't even work a job of your own, instead going out to play all the time. And my poor boy has to be the one to do everything to care for you.
Really? And who's been the one telling you that?
The only person that would know. My son. But my son is a wonderful little man. He's always telling me there's nothing he can do about it, and that he has to keep acting like the adult. It's so heartbreaking to have to see him fall into your trap.
Understood. So it's been Connor telling you all of this. And then you chose to just believe everything he told you about us?
What are you trying to say? Are you so surprised now to see that everything you tried so hard to hide has been uncovered? Well, I get it. That would leave me pretty speechless as well. I mean, you had tried so hard to have him keep his mouth shut about everything, right?
So this all happened to come out of Connor's mouth then. Well, now I understand the whole picture. But tell me, do you not have a single doubt about anything he's told you? Do you really think I'm the kind of woman that lives such a disgusting lifestyle next to him?
Oh, so even you can see how horrible you are? This is all natural, right? I've never once heard my son tell any lies, so I'd never even think for 1 second that he might be lying to me.
Is that so? Well, that's a true surprise.
I'm the only one that's really surprised by all of this. I want a witch that can't even give birth to a single child to leave him right now.
Is that what you want? Well, I understand. I'll let your son know about this. Where are you messing around at right now? It's a bit late out now for there to be any businesses still open looking to hire someone. Can you tell me where you've run off to looking for an interview this time?
I was just thinking about contacting you. I just finished a difficult interview and I am pretty exhausted. And so I've gone out to see one of my old friends, lol. So I'm having a couple of drinks with them, lol.
Is that so? You sure you're not at some casino or anything right now?
Huh? What are you talking about, lol? I've never been to any casinos in my life, right, lol?
But I could have sworn that a little while back I found a coupon from one of the casinos downtown in your suit pocket. Was that not a coupon for a free spin on a slot machine?
Are you serious? What are you talking about? I don't remember anything about getting some coupon like that, lol. By the way, are you telling me that you've been looking through the pockets of my clothing? That's a little bit strange if you ask me.
Don't try to derail the conversation, okay? You came home and threw your suit on the ground before passing out. And so I made sure to put it away properly so that it wouldn't become wrinkled up. What's with that attitude you have? I assumed you'd be thankful for me having done that for you.
I get it already, you're so dang annoying. So, what about that? I'm drinking right now, so I don't have time to listen to you bicker.
I got a text from your mom. I just wanted to know what you've been telling her about us.
Huh? A text from my mom? What did she say to you?
Well, what do you think she would have said to me? I'm the one asking the questions here after all.
I have no idea why she would have said that, and that's why I'm asking. Stop wasting my time and tell me.
Then you'd better be honest with me about everything. You told her that I'm the one that's infertile, right?
Oh, come on, you want to talk about this, lol? You know that that's the truth, right, lol? You've never been able to get pregnant, so we've had to give up on having kids. And so I made sure to let Mom know about all of that.
Listen, Connor, I think I've told you this plenty of times now. I'm not the one that's infertile. Rather, you're the one. You haven't even had yourself examined yet, right?
I've never heard a thing about men being the ones to be infertile, lol. And either way, I could care less about actually having any kids or not. So, is this all that big of a deal to you? What? Why are you so upset right now?
Connor, why do you think I'd be upset right now when I'm the only one that's looked into not being able to get pregnant?
What does it matter? It's not like I told your mom about this. I just wanted to make myself look good in front of my mom by telling her that. If anything, you should be thankful to me for going out of my way to tell my mom the sad news, lol.
This isn't about telling your mom or not. She came to me complaining about my defects because of what you told her, and then ended our conversation by asking me to divorce you.
I should have known better. Well, don't worry about that. You don't have to listen to what my mom says to you, lol. I'm sure that she's just upset because our cute little boy was taken away from her, lol. And learning that she won't have any grandchildren now must have really rubbed her the wrong way, right?
You told her more than just that, though. Because of you telling her that you're the one that cooks and cleans in the house, she started to picture me as a total loser. Why did you have to say things like that to her?
Ugh, this is becoming such a bother. I told my mom to keep to herself about all this, and she told you everything anyway.
What do you mean by that?
About how I'm the one who's doing all the chores in the house, and I'm the one that brings in the money for us. If I didn't tell her that, she'd be all up in my business about us. I told you that I have to make myself look good for her, right? Lol. So I just used all my time talking to her to make you seem a little less wife-like is all, lol.
Huh? You think it's okay to make up things about me just to make yourself look better?
I told you already that I'm not going to tell your mom about any of this, so you shouldn't get all worked up. You are still a wonderful woman to have her, and that's all that matters.
But because of what you've done, your mom hates me. That's not okay, Connor. Now she's gonna keep hammering me with complaints until I've left you. And the funny thing is, if I were to leave you, she'd be left with the real loser.
Ugh, I get it, Cassandra. I'll tell my mom to stop talking with you about any of that from now on, okay?
That's not the problem here, though. Since you've told her all that, when you get home tonight, you're going to be the one to finish up the chores. If you're gonna be the real loser, I'd like you to at least find a job, and then you can continue messing around.
I'll make sure to hand in these divorce papers that were left on that desk. Thanks for getting all of this taken care of for me.
Oh, so you've taken that with you then. By the way, didn't I tell you this before? It's not at all acceptable to go into someone else's home by yourself and go through their fridge and fish through their things while they're not even home.
Why are you saying things like that to your own mother-in-law? I was just over to make sure everything was going okay between you two. But of course, the real reason was to make sure that my son wasn't in any other trouble with his disgusting wife.
Making sure he was okay, huh? What if it's the opposite and you haven't been watching over him enough? I think you'd be better off looking even closer at what your son's been up to.
It doesn't matter what you have to say about us anymore, because I'm about to hand in these papers and have you divorced from my son.
So that's okay with you? Well, just be aware that you'll no longer be getting $3,000 a month from me anymore. I'm sure you already know about that though, right?
It's my son that's been the one sending me that $3,000 every month. Funny to think that you're trying to get away with telling a weak lie like that to me.
Oh, so that's also part of what he's led you to believe.
I know that he's the one making the money in your house. I'm just glad that after this, he'll finally be away from the defective and fraudulent woman that is you.
All right then. Well, I'm gonna stop caring for you now.
You don't have to lie to me anymore, Cassandra.
Just know that you'll soon find out who's been the real one lying to you this whole time.
Hey, Cassandra! Where are you right now? Hurry up and come back here as soon as you can.
Who is this?
Why are you playing dumb with me? This is your mother-in-law, Beverly, asking you to come back.
I don't have a mother-in-law, though. I had gotten divorced from my ex-husband and no longer have any connection to him.
Come on, you don't have to talk about things like that anymore, right? Just know that I've thought a lot of things through after you left. I see now that what you had been telling me was the truth all along. And now that I understand that, I'm fine with you coming back to us.
Huh? What are you talking about right now? I assumed that everything to do with the two of you wouldn't matter anymore, so I forgot all about it. It would help me if you could explain to me everything that you're going on about right now.
I'm talking about the $3,000 you said you were giving me each month. And this month it would be really helpful to have that $3,000. So come back to us and give me that money right away.
Ah, you're talking about that. Of course I have to say no.
What?
Come on now, Beverly. You can't be saying what to me like that, right? Why do you think I have to come back to you and give you more money after calling me a loser and a disgusting wife?
Wait, Cassandra, what's gotten into you? You seem to have changed into a completely different person.
I've always been this kind of a woman, but kept it hidden from you. So, have you finally come around to realizing that it's your own son who's the disgusting loser?
I don't want to have to call him something like that, but you're right. I never thought that he'd be the one who was the real loser. And when I found out after the divorce that he still hadn't found a job yet, I felt like I'd just been stabbed.
Well, like mother, like son, right? Back then, I had been pretty busy myself with work and chores, but you coming to me to complain about everything that wasn't true finally helped me open my eyes to what was going on. I'm so thankful that you helped me break free from that horrible man you call your son.
Oh, don't you say something like that. Both my son and I really think of you as part of our family. And listen, there's still the house that you and Connor lived in, so come on back to it.
Ah, about the house and the car as well. Both of those are things that I own, and so I'm gonna be selling them. So please, get out of there as soon as you can. You can't be serious, Beverly. Do you really think you could get away with thinking Connor was really the man he made you think he was? I'm sorry, but you were fooled by him. And now you're going to have to pay for playing into his lies.
Wait a second. If you do something like that, where is he going to live?
I don't care. I couldn't care less about what happens to him after the house has been sold. And before you continue to worry about him, shouldn't you be worried about what'll happen to you? You won't have any more money coming from me, and I'm sure that your loser son won't be handing anything over to you. You won't be able to pay for the house you live in anymore, right?
I know that, so please. I'll get on my hands and knees to apologize for all of this as long as you come back to us. That boy can't even cook or clean, so I'm really going to be screwed with him. So please come back and save me.
I'm neither your housemaid nor your guys' ATM. If you're so worried about money, why don't you just shut up and find a job? It's that simple, Beverly. You believed your terrible son and everything he lied to you about to put me down and make me feel useless, so no apology from you, no matter how hard you try, is going to do anything to make me feel sorry for you two. After that, Cassandra stopped replying to anything Beverly said to her and even went and blocked her number to make sure she'd never hear from her again. And just like that, the annoyance was gone. As for Beverly, she was forced to move out of her very nice home, and after Connor lost the house and car to the other buyers, they both were left walking a tough path together. Since Connor and Beverly are so close to one another in the way they behave, they were both able to experience hell firsthand. But I'm sure that'll make for some good learning for the both of them.
Hi, Erica. You're going on a business trip next week, right?
Yes, Charles. I told you a few times already. Why? Did something happen?
No, but can my parents come over?
Again? Really? They came last time I went on a business trip. Why do you need to invite them every time?
My mom loves this house, that's why. It's okay with you since you're not gonna be here, right?
Yeah, but can you keep an eye on her? She moves things in the kitchen, so I have a hard time finding stuff. Also, is it just me, or does your parents' stuff keep increasing? Are they trying to live here or something?
No, why would you say that? That's so rude.
I think I didn't say anything rude, but you do know that it's my house, right? Just be careful because it doesn't mean you can do anything.
Wow, you are so annoying. This is why no one likes you.
Excuse me?
You won't shut up, plus you don't do any household chores. So that's why I invited my mom over because she'll cook for me and do household chores. If you want to complain, then why not quit your job and be a stay-home wife? Then you might become perfect like my mom, which will probably not be possible.
Can you say those kinds of things when you earn money like me? First of all, you're the one that told me to work because you said that we can't live off of just your salary. And now you're deciding to tell me to be a stay-at-home wife and do household chores? Are you serious? Why don't you do it since you're complaining?
I work, okay? Guys who do work don't do household chores, you know? Don't you have common sense?
That might be common sense in your world, but generally speaking, I don't think you have the right to complain to me because I work the same hours as you, probably a little longer, and I do the household chores for you.
Whatever, this is a waste of time.
You're right, it is.
Everything is so peaceful when you're on business trips because I don't even need to listen to you.
I think I'm the one that should be saying that.
I don't care if you're gone because I have my mom.
Okay, whatever.
I told you that we can live off just my salary, but you decide to work. I can't believe it. Such an embarrassment.
What the hell are you talking about? Your salary? Have you ever checked your payslip? If you haven't, why don't you check it first and then say those kind of things?
You have some damn nerve to talk to me like that. You will be homeless if I kick you out. Would that be okay?
What do you mean, kick me out? That's not possible, you know. Well, I'm at work right now, so I gotta go. Charles? What the hell is happening? I got a message from your mom that she finished moving. Where?
Oh, my parents are going to live with us. It's gonna be easier for them because they don't need to travel so far to come here.
Wait, you didn't talk to me about this. Are you serious? Did you plan this without my permission?
Yep, do you have a problem with that?
Of course I do! It's my house!
Wow, okay, you know what? Such a waste of time talking to you, so let's divorce.
What?
If you don't want a divorce, then you better listen to me.
Are you threatening me?
No, I'm just saying that it's common sense for a wife to listen to their husband. I mean, if you want to argue, then let's divorce, and why don't you just get the frick out? I have no problem with that. I don't need a woman who can't shut up.
Okay. You know what? I can't even find the words to say to you right now.
Great, do not decide to argue, okay? My parents will move in while you're still at your business trip, okay? If you want to disagree with me, then leave the house.
Okay then. I'll move out.
Stop putting on a brave face. To be honest, you don't want to leave the house, right?
I'm not. So I will divorce you as quickly as possible and get out. Didn't we have a divorce paper we filled out before? Can you send it to me?
It's okay, I'll send out the papers for you. In fact, how about now?
I asked you to send it to me because there might be a possibility that you might not send it out, so if you don't decide to send it to me, then I will come and get it myself.
Are you sure you want to divorce me? You will regret your decision.
I think you're the one that's going to regret this whole thing.
Pick up the phone! I want to ask you something, so call me back!
Why?
What do you mean by why?
I don't want to talk to you since we're strangers now.
I do! Do not ignore me!
OMG, what the hell do you want? If you want to ask me something, then send me a chat. Not calling me, okay?
Why can't I pay for the mortgage? I was able to before, I even got a notice.
Of course you can't pay for it. Did you just realize that?
Why? It's a problem for me.
For you? You never paid a penny for it. I paid for everything. You don't earn that much money. That's why.
What are you talking about? I do.
Are you serious? You only earn about $1,000 a month. Also, you were spending it on whatever you wanted while I was paying for everything like living expenses and fixed costs.
For real?
Yeah. You probably didn't know, but I also make money from a side job.
What? Side job?
I'm actually running a company now.
What?
I explained it to you before, but you were on your phone and not listening to me, but I'm used to that.
I didn't know that!
Anyways, you should listen to people more and appreciate me because you had no problem living here, right?
You were really paying for everything?
Yes. Now that we're divorced, deal with everything yourself, okay? I think your parents quit their job because they thought you would be able to help them out, right? You're responsible for this because you let your parents move there.
I didn't know that my salary was low. Why didn't you tell me?
You should be the one to know because it's your money. You probably didn't know because you were spending it all on yourself and not for the house. Don't you think that you're an asshole?
Excuse me?
Oh, sorry. Did I hurt your feelings by telling the truth?
What a bitch. You know what? Come home right now. If I can't pay off the mortgage at this point, I will probably be evicted. You know what? I'll take you back so you can come home and take care of us, okay?
Wow. What is wrong with you? You think that I'm going to go back to an asshole like you after all of this?
I'm allowing you to stay here because you're probably homeless right now, right?
Why would I become homeless? I'm living overseas, living my best life right now.
What? Overseas?
Yeah, so that means if you need help, I will not be there for you. I started a new business overseas.
What? Why didn't you tell me?
We divorced. Why would I tell you?
I'm gonna be honest here, but can you help me?
Huh?
I'm going to be kicked out right now and I have nowhere to go. Since we're a family, you're worried about us, right? Can you help us?
Family? We're just strangers, so I'm not going to help you.
Please, I'm begging you!
Nope. But I really thank you for letting your parents move in because it was a good opportunity to get divorced. Good luck with everything, okay? Bye! I cut ties with him, and since he couldn't pay for the mortgage, he got kicked out of the house with his parents. Since they all didn't have anywhere to go, They all went to the recruiting agency to find jobs. If he discussed everything with me first and showed me more appreciation, he wouldn't have ended up like this. On the other hand, my business is successful, and I thought that the divorce was the best thing that happened to me. But somewhere in my heart, I do hope that he finds a job so that he can help his parents.